Hello, in this video we're going to look at how time cost affects demand. The full economic price of consuming a good is comprised of a monetary cost and a time cost. The time cost of consumption includes travel time, time spent in the purchase and consumption of the good, waiting time in the doctor's office, for example. The consumer's demand without time cost is given by the following. Q, the quantity demanded, equals 10 minus the market price divided by 6. If the consumer pays a market price of $30, the consumer purchases. So we're just going to plug the market price into this demand equation for P. And we're going to get 10 minus 5, or 5. So at a market price of $30, the consumer buys 5 units. Again, this is without time cost. So now let's incorporate time cost into the analysis. Suppose the consumer pays a market price of $30 and incurs a time cost of $18 per unit purchased. Derive the consumer's demand function. So we're going to take the price here and we're going to add to it the time cost. So this is the price per unit plus the time cost per unit. And that's all going to be divided by 6 here. So for the time cost, we're going to plug in 18. And now we're going to simplify this. And now we're going to divide this minus P divided by 6 and this minus 18 divided by 6. And minus 18 divided by 6 is minus 3, so 10 minus 3 is where this 7 is coming from. And if the consumer pays a market price of $30, when we incorporate this time cost of $18 per unit, the consumer now will only purchase 2 units, 7 minus 5. So we're going to look at the demand curve, or driving the demand curve, when we have no time cost, and then the demand curve with a time cost. And as you can see from this diagram, time cost decreases the demand curve. So here's our original demand equation without time cost. So we're going to graph this to get our demand curve. So the horizontal intercept occurs when P is 0. So if P is 0, Q equals 10. So that's the point down here on this demand curve. And to get the vertical intercept, we're going to set Q equal to 0 and solve this equation. So if Q equals 0, we're going to just get 10 times 6, or the price equals $60. That is going to be the vertical intercept. Now when we incorporate the time cost, we found our new demand equation. And once again, we're going to graph that, finding the horizontal intercept. If P equals 0, Q just equals 7. Point down here. And to get the vertical intercept of $42, we're going to set Q equal to 0, and we're going to just solve this equation then. So when Q equals 0, we're going to get 7 times 6, or a price of $42. And as you can see here, at a market price of $30, without the time cost, we found the consumer bought 5 units. At a market price of $30, but incorporating that $18 per unit time cost, the consumer only purchased 2 units. Okay, that's it.